Welcome back, guys. Callum from Southern Light TCG. Bit of a doozy for you today. We have some confirmed leaks from the new set, Inferno X, dropping in Japan Friday the 26th of September. I'm not going to waste your time, so without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Should be appearing on your screen now. Apologies for sounding like sick person, but I'm sicker than dog at the moment. So anyway, I'm literally in my room right now on my knees. So we're going to jump right into it. And the first illustration rare / AR art rare is Ludicolo. Can't really make out exactly who the artist is. Fairly foggy. However, gorgeous card, right? If you like Ludicolo. It matches its personality as a Pokemon, as we know Ludicolo is a bit of a nutcase in the games, but nothing here that's jumping that makes me go crazy anyway. So we'll move on. Next one, I believe it was Nimble, one of the new bug types from Gen 9. Pretty cool card. Reminds me of the recent Electrike that we had. I can't make out the artist again, but it's an art rare, it's an illustration rare. Still a nice card if you like bug types or if you like that Pokemon. Next one, we've got Charcadet. I think this one's gorgeous. I think it's going to be a promo in the English, if I'm not wrong. Focus primarily more on Japanese and Chinese, so forgive me if I'm insulting the English fans out there, but very cool. Looking at kind of a festival or a fight, I'm not quite sure. Probably my favorite in the set that I've seen so far, aside from Piplup, Dugong. I'm a 151 elitist anyway. I love my water types. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be chasing this card. I think it's gorgeous. Looking up at the Aurora Borealis, really cool card, and Piplup, probably the nicest illustration rare in this set. A lot of people's chase card in this set, I think, from what I've heard anyway from a few friends. It's an art rare, and you've got Piplup looking up at the icicles there. I can't make out the artist either from that image, so apologies, but it's gorgeous. I mean, the Gen 4 water starter, yes, you cannot go wrong with that card, can you? Yamper on the bed, very cool. If you like dog or cute cards, you know, it's definitely going to be a winner. Nothing crazy for me. I think the artist, no, I can't see the artist, but another art rare, illustration rare in this set that will form part of the Phantasmal Flames in English, which I believe is going to have to be combined with the next set coming out, which I believe was Mega Dream or Dream Mega Dream, which as far as I'm concerned sounds like we're going to get a Gengar and Diancie card, especially with the starter decks that are going to be released September 5th. I think that is a clear indication that we're going to get something along those lines, right? At least I think, or at least ghost types, probably a Mega Burnett, one can hope. Anyway, next art rare, illustration rare, and we can see who the illustrator is in this one. It is Yoriyuki Ikegami. Apologise if I am butchering that name. But yeah, gorgeous. If you like Zacian, you're going to be a fan. If you like Gen 8 Sword and Shield, you're going to be a fan. I think the artwork's gorgeous. I'm just not a Zacian fan personally, but I definitely think the card's very, very cool. Probably going to end up climbing in price. It probably won't be one of the more expensive illustration rares in this set, I would assume. At the moment, Flygon looks incredible flying in amongst, I can see Vibravas down there, and I can see a Trapinch just there. So that's pretty cool. Shout out to that evolution line. Can't see the artist, but for me, that's also one of the top illustration rares alongside Dugong and Piplup personally, so at least top 3 in that case. And we've got some water there, so I'm definitely going to be chasing that because we like the water scene. Toxtricity here looks like it is on top of a crane or something. Quite foggy on that one, so I can't really make out exactly what it is. Or is it spray painting? Not sure. But yeah, if you like that Pokemon, going to be a cool card. Purple kind of coloration is very cool. Next one is Togedemaru, and this one's very clear because this one's been out for a while. Illustration by Orca. Very cute if you like Pikachu kind of clones or Pikachu lookalike. Or if you like that Pokemon, this was a Gen 7 Alola, I think. And yeah, pretty cool. I'm not a fan of it personally, but that's just personal preference. This is a pretty cool card. Shout out to the original 151 Wigglytuff in a chorus with a bunch of Jigglypuff. Fall asleep looking at that card, couldn't you? No, that's going to be a chase for a lot of probably female collectors and just collectors of cute cards in general. I've got a friend who has a daughter called Ilithia who would definitely be wanting to get that card. Shout out to her. She's a young collector and she collects Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Screamtail, anything to do with the Jigglypuff line, and she's a pretty cool collector. So yeah, we'll move on. Next one is Ambipom. Very, very cool illustration rare if you like those big vibrant colors. Shout out to all the old berries in the games. I believe that was, for example, a tomato berry, easy one obviously. Was it a nanab berry? There are a bunch, all these berries have names from the games. Can't remember all of them, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to go back and get my knowledge back. But yeah, cool card if you like vibrant colors, just not a popular Pokemon, is it? And now we are into the SRs, so kind of full ups, right? Mega Heracross. I don't think this is going to get an SAR in this set unless it's yet to be revealed, or we're going to get more revealed. I think this is it pretty much, but I still like what they're doing with the original Pokemon in the background, Heracross, and then you've got the Mega Heracross more in the forefront of the card. I like what they're doing with full arts. I think they should carry on, especially with Mega Evolutions. It makes sense. Yeah, of course, Mega Charizard X, right, with the Charizard in the background, very cool. I hope they give Mega Charizard Y some love. I'm not a Charizard fan anyway. I'm not really bothered. I know these cards are going to go crazy. But if you're going to do Charizard X, I think Charizard Y deserves it too, because it does have its, I do think it has its allure. I'm probably one of the few people that likes Charizard Y's kind of form a bit more than X. Obviously X is black, it has the blue flames, so it has the dragon typing, but I think Y is the unsung hero of that Mega Evolution line. Unpopular opinion, I know, but hey ho. Oricorio, the fire form, or the Spanish dancing form, flamenco form. It's not called that, but you know, makes sense, right? Full art, standard full art, nothing special there. The Rotom, really foggy. Apologise about that. The Miss Magius, pretty cool. I like the coloration on that card that jumps at you. The Mega Sharpedo, which is pretty cool. I like it. I just don't think it's the best Mega. I think it could have been done a bit more justice there. Empoleon full art. You see, I wouldn't mind getting that as far as SRs go in the box. If I got myself a nice full art Empoleon, because I'm a water type fanatic, I think that would be pretty cool. And that's one of the cooler, well, it's the coolest Gen 4 starter as far as I'm concerned. Even though Inferno and Torterra are cool, Empoleon's number one. I've got Mega Lopunny there. Not a fan of this Pokemon, to be honest, just in general. And if you are a fan of that Pokemon, you're being watched. Energy switch or something? Not sure. But yeah, standard SR cards that we're getting at the moment. I've heard a friend tell me that people are getting crazy hit rates in these boxes. Like people are getting like 6 or 7 ARs in one box. I don't know how true that is because he's been watching YouTube lately. I'm just going to take his word for the gospel. But you know, some kind of helmet. And then we have the trainers. This was the, I can't remember his name, but this was one of the, I'm pretty sure they were Elite Four because we've never had a dark type gym leader in the games, have we, ever? Because I didn't finish Gen 9. I'm still playing through it. I hadn't finished it, so I'm not sure. But I think it was an Elite Four member in Gen, I want to say 6. Of course, we have Dawn. You know, it's just OG anime, isn't it? It's like, you can't really go wrong with an OG anime character. Probably one of the cooler SRs, especially if you collect waifu. So the wife will probably be after this one. You got the Flame, I think it was the Flame Eater or Fire Eater or something like that, Pyromancer, something along those lines. I remember these trainers used to be in, I think it was Gen 4 actually, where you used to see them like, and they looked exactly like that in the games. That's pretty cool. Some kind of arena. And then you have probably the chase card of the set. Everyone's going to be going crazy for this. All the Charizard fanboys, fair play to them, because I hope that they do Squirtle this justice. I hope they do every starter this justice, because as you can see there, you have the Charmander, the Charmeleon, and the Charizard looking up at the mecha of Charizard X. I just hope that they give the rest of the starters, especially Blastoise in my case, this kind of love. And I'm not going to be happy if they're not. It's just going to be like, stop giving Charizard nice cards. Next one. I think this is the nicest SAR of the set in terms of art, and it is it's a Shinji Kanda, so makes sense, right? I mean, we all know how good the artwork from that artist is. That one was Dan Xiao. I'm gonna have to do some artist research and give you guys a video. But Shinji Kanda, I think it's the nicest one in the set. Obviously, this is not a popular Pokemon, but the card itself I think is stunning. Absolutely stunning. And I am not a fire kind of guy. Water all day, but that card just can't be ignored. And I bet the texture slaps. And I bet the patterns in there will have some kind of meaning somewhere. Someone will find a hidden meaning and it will jump. But I really like that card. Rotom, very cool. Art by Yoshimi Miyashi. This is really cool because I think it gives a shout out to all of the forms. No, because there's a flying one, isn't there as well? So it's giving a shout out with kind of the electrodomestic items around the others. Really cool. That's growing on me the more I look at it actually. I like the colours. Sharpedo, I'm going to collect this one because it's underwater. It's an underwater scene, and you know what I'm like with underwater cards. However, I do think they could have done this kind a bit more justice. Like it's swimming in the beach and scaring some trainers, give it some Jaws vibes. But anyway, you know, for me, this one's been a bit lazy, but still cool. I like it. I'm going to have to go for it. Mega Lopunny, I think this is the laziest SAR. I don't think this is that good, personally. Sorry, Mega Lopunny fans, but yeah, I mean, it's just like there, just like the Sharpedo, really. I don't think they've done it enough justice. And then we have the Dawn SAR, which is stunning. I mean, it gives game vibes, it gives nostalgia, it gives anime vibes. I'm not sure if there's a Pokemon in the background there, but that is probably one of the nicest trainer cards I have seen for a long time, personally. Maybe it's just the anime, maybe I'm being biased, but that's awesome. Anyone who's liked Piplup Gen 4, the anime, is going to want that card. That I can see that card spiking. Finally, we have the new gold style, which I actually like, and we have the Charizard, the Mega Charizard X, apologies. Pretty cool, right? It's probably going to be the 2-3 most expensive card in the set. And then after that, we've got a bunch of images about the pack art, etc. I'm not going to keep you around. If you liked the video, if you learned about these new leaks, if you want to see more general Pokemon content, follow me on Instagram, Southern Light TCG. Go on my website, Southern Light Store, buy my stuff. Peace out.